Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 25 of the Generations of the Game podcast. I'm your co-host, JP. Alongside me, as always, my other co-host, Chill Will Lyons. What's up, Will? How you doing, brother?
I'm great, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's our usual day, time to record, talk some good sports and whatnot. Number 25, Derrick Rose is Simeon, man. And of course, we got another special guest.
Oh, hold on, brother. I gotta correct you on that one right there. You know that Derrick Rose is not the number 25. He wore number 25 as Simeon because of my boy Jeff Wilson's big older brother, who led Simeon to their first state title back '84. The late great Benji Wilson, who was the number one player in the country before he was tragically taken away from it. So, I gotta give credit where credit's due. Before Derrick Rose, there was Benji, brother.
Oh, absolutely. You know that, and that's where the generations come in. I saw D Rose. The world before me got the greatness of Benji, man. Shout out to both legends.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have another great show for y'all. Will, let's get into it, good brother.
All right. Without further ado, we are joined by, I will call him a friend of the show. His first time joining us. We at this point we might as well be the official podcast of the NSU basketball team. We got a good brother with us today, Christian Barrett. CB, what's good, brother?
Nothing much. How you doing, man?
Oh, great, man. It's an honor to have you joining us. Thank you. And secondly, I want to say thank you for your service as well.
Yes, sir. Thank you. It's an honor, man. It's definitely an honor.
All right. We can get straight to it, man. So, I know you're a Texas guy, man. So the first thing I want to ask you about, right? So Texas, I feel like is slept on because of how big it is as a football state. It's slept on when it comes to basketball, man. As somebody that grew up there in Houston and everything, can you tell us a little bit about the hoops climate in Texas?
Man, I think we have the best basketball and football state. I graduated in 2016, so it's been a while since I've been back and forth, but especially being in the Navy now. But I think just the basketball scene, I'm not too sure about how it is now, but I know when I was there, we had Fox, coming out of Side Lake, so we had a lot of good basketball competition. Football, we've always been that top state when it comes to football, especially 6A or 5A. Those have always been like the best, divisions or the best, like conferences. But yeah, I think we just have the best basketball and football all around. Football may be kind of slept on sometimes, especially basketball too. But yeah, we got some good talent down there for sure.
Go ahead, JP.
Oh man, look, man. Let me tell you something, brother. Texas, by far, is number one in football in the country. I do know that. Anytime you got 60, 70,000 people at a high school football game, man, that's crazy, man. It's wild. And I know they put the games on TV. One of my good friends, he was in Dallas, friend of our show, Lamont Smith. He's Olympic gold medalist from the 1996 Olympic 4x4 relay, and he's from Texas as well. What happened here, Will?
It looked like we lost Christian. There we go.
Lost Christian.
Okay. I'm back. My bad. I think it's the
sorry, brother.
On campus.
Yeah, man. So football, I'm gonna tell you something. Football and track are two best states. I mean, it's the best state in the country is Texas, no doubt about it. Football and track, man. So yeah, and basketball, I agree, is creeping way up there. It's definitely top 5, top 4 state in the country because of the amount of talent that Texas puts out every year. And so yeah, I'm very familiar with the Texas scene. I tell you, Christian, if Texas wasn't so far away from Jersey, I would actually consider moving there, man. I've been to Texas a couple times, man, and I love it down in Texas, bro.
Really? It seems like everybody's beginning to move there now, So
yeah. Yeah, I
it's
like
a
it
big,
down there, man.
yeah, it's good. Good
Yeah.
food, you know,
Oh
cheap
man.
cheap homes. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh,
good place to be.
yeah. The food is amazing. I never been to Houston. I've been to
Really?
Dallas and I've been to Austin. So yeah. I've been down there, man.
Yeah, you're missing out. You gotta. Houston is different. Houston is different. So when you experience that,
I've heard the stories, man. I know, man. I know. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
it's good, man. It's good.
Man, I gotta get down there. One of my best friends moved to Dallas too, but I
Mhm.
definitely gotta check out just off the what I heard about the food alone. I want to go to Texas. You know,
Great place, man. I can't really see myself like settling down there, after getting out the Navy and after, finishing up my time at NSU. But it's definitely a good place to, for some people to settle down, but not
absolutely.
not for me.
All right, so talking about your hoops career, you kind of have an interesting story. You played at a variety of levels. JUCO, you know, all Navy. Now at NSU D1 and everything like that, man. So you speak on maybe if there's anything that you feel is like you would say to young hoopers as far as like just kind of staying on your grind, and finding the program that fits you because I feel like there's a lot of discourse around like D3, D2, even JUCO hoops.
Mhm. Uh, Man, honestly, I said the biggest thing is being honest with yourself. Really kind of deciding like, is this what I want to do, and how far do I want to take it? And also saying like, even if I experience an injury or, I fail out of school at one point, like, am I still going to continue to push and try to, make something happen and continue to push? So, for me, I started at Cameron University in Lawton, Oklahoma, and so I was a freshman there in 2016 and I failed out. I didn't even finish up my first semester, and then my mom had me come back home, and then I finished up my freshman year at Houston Community College. And so while I was taking classes, Jacksonville Junior College, the head coach, Coach Smith, he called me up and was just like, "Man, we saw you left Cameron, and we'd offer you a scholarship. We'd like to offer you a scholarship to finish up and go to school and play ball there." And so I took it. I wasn't even expecting it. And so I ended up being able to go to Jacksonville College my sophomore year, got my associates, did well. I made honorable mention JUCO All-American. And so when I was there, Lamar University and Southern, I believe, they both were offering me at the time. They both were interested. So I felt Lamar University was the best fit. And so, just still battling through, from school to school. I had gotten my second or third concussion while I was at Jacksonville Junior College. And so, like, that was kind of a setback. So I was just like, I still want to be able to push through. And so when I got to Lamar University, that's when I got two more concussions. And, I did well. I had one at the beginning of the season before that season actually started. And that kind of set me off from playing, when the games had started up. But once conference hit, I started starting in our conference games. I just had a big presence, for the Lamar University men's basketball team. And then going in that summer, going into my senior year, I got my fourth concussion. And so at that point, I was just like, man, this is four concussions. My health is on the line. Um, and so really at that time too, my friend, she had just passed away in a car accident. So it was just a lot of things I was battling. And so I was just like, man, what is the best move for me, to focus on my health and then also to be able to like help my mom financially. And so I was just like, man, joining the Navy would be the best bet because I was done playing basketball at that point. I was like, this is my fourth concussion. Like, I'm tired. I'm tired of getting, all these injuries. And so I joined. And then I didn't know that I could play basketball for All Navy until like a year in. And then, that was a whole journey. But just for young hoopers that's, trying to start on that college journey, it's a process, and you have to remain humble. Um, because I didn't even think I'd be able to play at that Division I level, especially not now, after all of this time. But I continue to push, I continue to grind, and I didn't let the things that I was facing, kind of keep me stuck and just complacent where I was at. So I stayed hungry. So just humility, being honest with yourself, and continue to just to fight through. the adversity and everything that you're experiencing, because it's going to get hard. And then, when I joined the Navy, my first time, I joined in 2019, and I didn't get to my ship here in Norfolk until May 2020. And so, I was getting acclimated to just the whole Navy life. And then it wasn't until I think the fall of 2021, that's when I first started playing for the USA team. I didn't even play all Navy first because, COVID was going on. But, played USA. The following year in 2022, played all Navy and USA, or no, they didn't have USA, they were just all Navy. And then last year I played USA and all Navy. So yeah, it's been like a journey, but just constantly pushing through, and just not getting complacent, not getting comfortable with just, the very minimum and not pushing myself.
Absolutely, great answers, man. I appreciate that insight. JP,
Yes,
your
sir.
turn, brother.
Wow, man. I mean, what more can you say? That's an amazing story, man. Amazing
Sure.
journey too, bro. That you persevered and stuck with it even through, tragedies and stuff that you dealt with and everything, man. Wow. I mean, that's amazing. So,
Yes, sir.
how did you find out about Norfolk State and how did you get an offer and get to the school?
Man, it's crazy. So, back in 2022, um, I think it was like the summer of 22. And I was just kind of playing basketball, and then one of the guys that um, I was playing with, what's going on, man? One of the guys I was playing with, he knew one of the assistant coaches. And I was just like, yo, man, I still have eligibility. And, it's summertime. I know they're recruiting. So I'm just like, let me reach out and see if I can try to get a look and finish up my last year of college. And so I actually like had a workout with them, talked it over with them, and then they offered me a scholarship. This is summer 2022. The thing is, the Navy wasn't going to allow me to get out 2 years before my contract ended. Or yeah, 2 years before my contract ended. So I'm like, you know what, I'll try again next year. And 2023 came around, and I thought, I was going to get out. I routed up all my information to get out early, and basically it wasn't approved. And so I was just like, you know what, I'll just wait till I get out the Navy, which is, September of this year, and I'll be able to fully pursue that, and I don't have to rely on the Navy to make that happen. So, really, I think it's all in God's timing, because even in these past 2 years, I've learned so much, especially with traveling, overseas multiple times and being able to represent the USA. So, I'm kind of glad it didn't work out in 2022, because now, I'm getting out. I'm a military veteran. I've had 5 years of experience, got to experience the deployment, traveled the world some more. So I think it all kind of worked out. But yeah, I found out about NSU. This is like probably 2022, and now it's finally coming into fruition now.
Man, so just for the people that don't know and really understand, you think that your 9 to 5, not getting your PTO approved is like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. But as a Navy veteran, I can tell you, you can't travel out of a certain radius, X amount of miles on a
Yeah.
weekend without approval. You can't take
Hmm.
time off to go see your family without approval. Like literally anything you think you're gonna do,
Yeah.
like you need approval. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
100%.
So like just putting some context behind what Christian's saying about the scholarship was waiting on him, but he wasn't able to accept and take that opportunity at that time.
Hmm.
Um, so Christian, man, like, can you give us a little insight about your time playing for the all military and also like the Team USA?
Man, it was a great experience. So I was able to play all Navy 2 years, and then I was able to play for our USA team for 3 years. And so basically, all Navy is it's this big tryout, and you have every single naval base around the world, and every Navy sailor is putting an application so that they can try out, and they have to get it approved. And so, I was blessed to be able to play twice. We didn't win a medal our first time playing, but last year we won silver. We lost to the Marines, but it's very competitive. You have probably you have the best military competition that you're playing against. And so a lot of the guys that play all Navy, they're from the Naval Academy. You know, the Army, you got guys from West Point. Air Force, you got Air Force Academy guys, and then the Marines, you know, they got their Academy guys too that go to the Naval Academy. But it's very competitive, and kind of pushes you, you know, to continue to work and not just get complacent, because now you got every base around the world. They're putting in their applications, you know, so it's like, what's going to set you apart from, you know, these other guys? And there's only 12 spots, and there's so many sailors, so it's a competitive process, competitive thing. But once you finally make it, that's just the beginning, you know. So now you train for about a month, you know what I'm saying? So for me, I was on deployment this past all Navy team. I was on deployment for about 5, maybe 6 months before they let me fly off, which was a crazy thing. That's, you know, a story for another time. But I was able to fly off of deployment, come back to Norfolk. We trained here in Virginia Beach, and then the tournament was in Fort Benning, Georgia, at a base there. So you train for about a month, and then after that, the tournament is about a week long. So you play Army, Marines, and Air Force twice. And so, you know, you're just playing for a gold medal, you know, armed service gold medal, and very competitive though. And then with the USA team, once that that branch tournament is over with. So I think Marines won this past tournament, all right? So they won the gold medal. We got second. But after that tournament is over with, they make a USA team. So they choose the top 12 guys from each branch. And so now you're going to other countries and playing their military teams, which is a crazy experience, because a lot of them, their military programs aren't as strict. So you have a lot of guys that are playing professionally there, but still, you know, may serve some military time. And so that was a great experience, because now I played against Lithuania, I played against France, and you know, I'm only 6'6", but I'm guarding guys at 6'11", 7 feet, and they're skilled. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's competitive. So just being able to be there, I went 2021, 2022, and then I don't think we didn't have a team 2023. No, we did last year's. So I've been able to go each year, which has been a blessing. But it's a competitive process, and if you play well enough and really make a name for yourself, every time there's a tournament, you know, the coaches will be calling you to be a part of that team. And they also have an event to where it's called SISM. Basically, it's kind of like the Olympics for civilians, but they do it every 4 to 5 years, and basically every country's military team is meeting up. So I think 2019 was the last time they did it, and that was in China. I wasn't in the Navy. Oh, I was joining the Navy at the time, but I think they ended up winning silver. They lost to China in the championship game. So there's a lot of opportunity with the military and the military sports programs that they have, not just with basketball, but they literally have every sport you can think of. They have bowling, they have boxing, golf, like, so a lot of great opportunity. And so I've just been blessed to be able to play at such a high level, you know, year after year. And I've been blessed to be able to, you know, be on a ship that, you know, allows that to even happen. You know, I'm on a carrier. We have about 4,000 to 5,000 people on board. And it's kind of rare for, you know, a captain to fly you off the ship, you know, for a basketball tournament. You know what I'm saying? So doing that year after year, you know, missing part of a deployment, missing a part of underways was a blessing. And something that, you know, a lot of people weren't able to do. So I was able to cherish that time playing all Navy and playing on the USA team. But great experience for sure.
Definitely a great experience, and you know, shout out to your CO, man, because that's facts. It's some people that miss the birth of their children, you know, being on the ship, you know.
Yo, and that happens a lot, like especially on deployment. It was a 9-month deployment, 8 to 9 months, and a lot of people, you know, weren't able to go home, and you know, their wife had their child, so they had to fly home afterwards. But you know, that's what I'm grateful. I'm grateful for sure.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Go ahead,
sir.
Jay.
Man, that's a hell of a journey you've had, brother. Man. but you know what? It's very inspirational, and you know, and it's very inspirational, man, that you know you kept up with your dream and doing what you need to do. So let me ask you this question. What type of player is Norfolk State will it get next year when you suit up for him coming year?
The biggest thing I can say is a high motor guy. Um, that's been the thing that's gotten me this far. You know what I'm saying? Just my motor. I don't stop. It's just like this dominating mindset of I'm going to get every rebound. You're not going to outwork me, and just bringing that energy to the floor, to the team, and with this experience that I've had over the past 5 years, and then also with college experience before the Navy, I see basketball differently. I see life differently. So they'll get that high motor, that high energy, guy on the court, but they'll also get that discipline and focus guy off the court as well. So that's my biggest thing. I was talking to coach. I was like, I'm not trying to come in and drop 40, because that's not winning basketball. I think coming in, really learning the guys, playing fundamental, solid team defense, team basketball is what's going to get us dubs. So, and we want to win. So I think if I can do my role at the best of my ability, that'll push everybody else to do their role. But I want to rebound. I want to run the floor. I want to bring the energy. I'm dunking everything, and just doing the little things. Taking the charges, getting on the floor, like being that glue guy. Um, of course, shooting that three ball, shooting the jumpers. But I feel like we have some great guys coming in, and we also got great guys that's returning. And so, just being able to learn their playing styles and how they do things, learning the system, buying into the system that coaches, providing and setting, and then, just building on that. But I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm healthy. I'm in shape. I'm running my miles every day. I'm lifting. But yeah, just that high motor, that energy guy, and just using everything that I've learned in my time before the Navy and while in the Navy, on and off the court here. But definitely a leader, high motor guy. Um, yeah, that's like my biggest focus coming into the year, coming into the summer.
Yeah, wow. So go ahead, Will.
So that kind of segued into what I was going to ask. So I'm gonna skip because you already highlighted on like your where you are in life and your maturity and everything as a leader. So that was great insight into that. So I'm gonna ask a different question. So first off, I don't know if you know, but a few episodes ago we actually had the honor of having your coach join us, Coach
Yeah,
Robert.
what's up, man?
And
Yeah,
good brother, man, real solid brother, man. And
indeed.
so I want to ask you, how what is it like, joining a program led by, in both of our opinion, one of the best coaches in all of America. It's not
Yeah,
limited to HBCUs. He's one of the best out there, and
100%.
such a winning program in
hmm
Norfolk State.
It's an honor. It's an honor, and I'm coming into it like, like this is a great program. This is a great opportunity, and even with I've had conversations with coach before. I officially like committed and we talked about everything. But just seeing the type of coaching guy that he is. I can relate a little bit. He's from Brooklyn. My mom's from, or I think he's from New York. I don't know if it's Brooklyn, but my mom's from Brooklyn, so I'm kind of familiar with the whole, New York scene. But just being able to have a coach that understands you, that you can relate to, who has that experience. He's been around for a while. He's coached some great guys. He's won lots of games. That's a blessing to be able to have. So I'm coming in. I'm ready to learn, and whatever playing styles, whatever systems he's trying to run. We're just trying to, buy into that. But I think having a coach like that is a blessing, man. And so if everybody buys into that system and into that focus, then we can go far. We can win a lot of games. But I think it all just starts with this summer. Not too many guys are on campus yet, but I know when they do come in, just building that bond. Not just with the team, but with the coaches, talking with coach like, yo, coach, like, what are you expecting of me? What are the roles? What, how do you want things done? Just kind of getting that relationship going from now so that, when the season does start, we're already locked in. We're already on the same page. So, yeah, man, great coach. Won plenty of games, plenty of, big games, big wins. So, Yeah, I think it's a blessing, and I'm just looking to learn as much as I can and be as much of a help as I can.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead, Jay.
Oh, now, so have you got a chance to work out and work out with some of your teammates? I know you said everybody's out on campus, but have you got a chance to like work out with some of them?
Yeah, I know Tyrell Bladen. I think that's his name. Christian Ings. Who else? I know Terrence. Who else? Who else? Who else? And then JD. I know those are the four guys that are here right now. I know everybody else is supposed to be coming in within the next couple of weeks, but I've gotten some work in a little bit with them. Mainly like some individual stuff or just getting shots up. But I think the biggest thing is just trying to build that bond with them off the court. So we'll have breakfast together, we'll have lunch, and we'll talk about basketball, talk about life. I think that's where it all kind of begins, building that bond from there. And then that's where that trust kind of forms in. So now, when team workouts do begin at the end of June or the middle of June, whenever it does, we're already ready, on track. But I got most of the guys on social media, so I see them working, whether they're back home or here. So I think that's a great thing to see. Everybody's kind of focused and locked in. But looking forward to meeting everybody else and kind of getting in that gym and getting that work in.
So, one thing, you kind of already talked about, and when JP's question about working out with some of your teammates,
Mhm.
in the era with, the NCAA now, green lighting, pay to play, NIL, and the transfer portal booming the way that it is,
Mhm.
from the player perspective, what, how big do you think chemistry is now? Not saying it wasn't important before, but now
Mhm.
that players can transfer, and play immediately, you know,
Yeah.
people chasing the bag, X, Y, and Z. Like can you kind of just give insight into team
Yeah.
chemistry and how big of a role it plays into the ultimate team success?
Um, Honestly, I've just started hearing about a lot of the, NIL deals and, players going to school for money. Um, I mean, I'm coming from the Navy, like, no money was offered to me or nothing like that from coach, but I was really just coming because I want to, get my degree for one and to continue this basketball journey that I'm on. And so I think, whether it's the guys that's coming, to our team from other schools that's transferring or, any other school, I think it's all about intention and motive, So if you're going to this school because they're offering you money and that's your only focus, then I don't think you're going to really be successful and really buy into what the team is trying to do. But I mean, if you're coming in with a focus of, okay, yes, these, opportunities are here with money and financial aid and things like that, but it's like, are you keeping that focus of keeping it basketball, keeping it, with school, with getting that degree? So, I think it was way different from when I was in college before the Navy back in, 2016 to 2018. Um, so I wish they were allowing, players to get paid like this at that time, but I do think it's going to affect the basketball scene. I just seen like a settlement that was supposed to be happening with the schools getting like I think like 20 million or something to be able to pay like their athletes, and I feel like that's going to be a huge thing as the years go by. But I think it may change the focus of a lot of college athletes. Um, So I just hope that it doesn't go downhill to where now, you know, college basketball isn't about, the fundamentals, winning games, getting your degree, and then, going to further, your basketball journey. But, we'll see. We'll see. But I'm excited. I think there's a lot of interesting things happening right now in the basketball scene, especially in college, and then also for the HBCU college scene as well. A lot more recognition, a lot more things happening with that. So, that whole paying players and thing, I'm not really too focused on it. I just know that the group of guys that's coming in here, I think we're all locked in. I think we're all coming in with the mindset to win. And whoever has left, whoever, stayed, whatever the case may be, we're still going to get that work in and still continue to grind and be better than we were, last year. So a lot to do, a lot to work on.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead, JP.
But one of the things I had to ask you, since you're at Norfolk State, what is your what are you majoring in? And what do you want to do life after basketball?
Mhm. So my degree would be in general studies or interdisciplinary studies. It was business management at first, my freshman year of college, but with failing classes, with going from school to school, that kind of messed up my degree plan. So now for me to graduate on time, interdisciplinary studies or general studies is going to be the major that I can, graduate on time with. But honestly, my focus right now, I wouldn't say it's on playing professionally. If God opens up that door, then I'll take it. I'd love it. But honestly, I'm trying to go law enforcement. So I've been looking at Secret Service and the FBI. I still want to be able to serve. That's not that's definitely something I've been wanting to do since I was young. So now with my degree, I can actually go to a higher level and further that. So my plan right now, I'm looking at the Secret Service and getting with a recruiter to take that special agent route. But I'm just leaving all my options open. Playing basketball professionally might be one. So whatever I feel is best, I'll pray on it. Kind of take my time, but yeah, we'll see as the season goes and flows. We'll see how everything kind of plays out and what God wants me to do.
Yeah, my father, he was a police officer for 20 years. So yeah,
Really?
I'm a son of a cop. And
Okay.
one of my best friends, he's actually Capitol Police in Washington D.C.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
How
So
long
I'm
has he
familiar.
been? How long
He's
has he
been
been doing that for?
he's been doing that for 20 years. 20 years out of D.C. Man. Yeah,
Okay, that's a
yeah,
blessing, man. Okay,
yeah, yeah. Definitely, definitely.
great. Yes, sir.
Man, so I think I could definitely, see you, man. You seem like a very focused, individual, man. I could definitely see you, of course, having success on, on the court, on the hardwood, and also, of course, in life, outside of basketball, man.
Mhm.
You know, Final question I want to ask you about, like your journey so far is just, um, between kind of running your race and finding yourself at NSU, being in
Mhm.
the Navy, all of that. Obviously, it takes a certain, support system. So I just wanted, excuse me, wanted to get your insight on, your support system, and the importance of that.
Mhm. Honestly, that's been like the thing that got me through the Navy. My support system, that being my mom, my godparents, and good friends that I have back home. But I think the biggest thing, when COVID started up in 2020, um, I wasn't able to go home at all. So I didn't end up seeing my mom. I saw my mom before I went into boot camp in 2019, and I didn't see her again until probably like mid 2021, late 2021. So that was a big thing. So it was really just, FaceTime calls, emails when we were out to sea, and just calling my mom, calling my godparents whenever I could. But I think just having that relationship and that bond with them, even so far away, that was the support that got me through, college, that got me through the Navy, and that's continuing to keep me, in my day to day. But um, I don't think I didn't cherish family and my support system the way I didn't cherish them before the Navy as I do now. And I think when you're out to sea for long periods of time, you're missing birthdays, you're missing funerals, you're missing all these different things. It hits home. And so being out to sea for long periods of time and just emailing my mom and she telling me about her day and what's going on, I'm just like, man, like I wish I was home to be able to help out. My godparents, whatever their experience and just being able to, hear from them, talk to them, that was what got me through. But even now as I'm transitioning out the Navy, it's been like a difficult transition in a way, emotionally and mentally more than anything, because this was 5 years of my life. You know what I'm saying? That I was committed to day after day, and I met some great people, great friends, a lot of great memories. Lost some, good friends from suicide and things. So I think just battling all of that throughout these 5 years, and then now being able to come out, of the Navy and enter into this college atmosphere once again, like, continuing to keep my mental right, continuing to, reach out to family, talk to them, and just keep it real and talk about everything that I'm experiencing, and just the support I have from my mom and godparents on the daily, like. I talk to them both every morning, all throughout the day. Anything pops up, I'm keeping in touch with them. But I cherish and appreciate my mom, my family, my support system as a whole, more than anything. And so, really, that's how I'm even at the place that I am today. Like, of course, there was work that had to be put in and whatnot, but just that constant encouragement, that constant prayer, that constant, checking up on me, like just everything across the board. That's been key in my success, in my growth and my learning process. But yeah, everything that you see and everything you've seen so far, and me, everything I'm saying, like, they're a big part of it all, of the whole process. So I definitely wouldn't be able to be where I'm at today and as focused and as disciplined that I am, if it wasn't for them. Even my support system with the Navy, a lot of Navy personnel that I have, a lot of mentors and people that I kind of look up to. And so, just being able to get different nuggets of encouragement and wisdom from them has been helpful along the way. So, like family, friends, mentors, coaches, like I just cherish them at a totally different level than I ever have. And so I'm just continuing to build on that as I go from day to day.
Absolutely, brother. JP, you got something else for Christian?
Oh man, all I gotta say is, man, you got a village, brother. You know what I mean? That like around you, and you know that's part of success with all of us. Really, is having a village and having people to take interest in you and everything, man. So that's good to hear about. Your mother, your friends, your godparents and stuff. They put a wall around you, man. That's very important, especially when
Yes,
you
sir.
deal with young black men. With their lives and
Hmm.
stuff, and having mentors and everything. They there, and I know Coach Jones is going to be a mentor towards you too because he's great not only as a coach but also as far as molding young men as well. So you have
Yes,
another
sir.
mentor right there as well, man. So you're around great people in great environments and stuff. So that's important to a young person's success. Definitely.
Yes, sir. I agree. I definitely agree. I think even with having, Coach Jones and the assistant coaches as well, in my corner is a blessing. And I can talk to a lot of them about this stuff because, I'll be 27 in November this year. And so, I'm a lot older, but, I can just, go and sit down in one of the coaches' office and talk to them about life, because I think Coach Diesel, man, he's about a year older than me, so we're all kind of around that same age range, but, age, close to the same age or not. I think just being able to have, coaches that care, coaches that want to see you doing well and thriving in life, that's a blessing in itself. And especially when they can relate to you and a lot of things that you've experienced. So um, I'm excited. I think Coach Jones, all the coaches, they're great guys, and you know, just looking forward to a great year, great season on and off the court. It'll be a lot of traveling, a lot of good times, a lot of bad, maybe down times, but we'll definitely continue to persevere and push through whatever, you know, may come this season. But um, yeah, I'm excited and definitely looking forward to seeing y'all at some games, rooting and supporting as well.
Oh, that's for sure, bro. JP, he's in Jersey, but we already been talking. I'm trying to get him down here, man. Come to a couple games with me, and
Hmm.
I already talked to Coach Jones, man. I submitted for a couple, media credentials to cover some of y'all games as well, man. I'm be
Okay.
pulling up for sure.
hmm
I'm
That'll be
definitely,
perfect, man.
I'm definitely coming down to some games this year. Definitely, I'll be down there to support y'all. Definitely, man. You got to
Okay.
worry about that. Definitely.
The support will be appreciated. I was telling Coach, I know like half the stadium is probably going to be military because of the big support system that I have. Like I got Navy coming in. Like my CO was saying that they're trying to do something where they bring the whole ship to the games. And so that's like maybe 4,000 people right now, 3 or 4,000 people. So having Navy coming in, Marines, Army, Air Force, it'll be a lot of love. So I think it's a great opportunity, great time to be a Norfolk State Spartan, and I think there's big things ahead that's coming. But it all starts this summer. Everybody buying into what coach is trying to do in his system, and building a bond so strong that when we play a high ranking D1 team, like it's not phasing us, and we can continue to play our game and win these high major games. So yeah, man, we're focused. I'm focused, and just want to be a leader. And everything that I've learned, the discipline, the maturity, everything, I just want to be able to use that now on this college level with the young guys. So I think it's a great time, uh, great opportunity at hand right now.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I don't know what your time is like, man, but we got like maybe like two more topics if you down.
I'm done. Hey, look, I finished all my assignments for the week. I finished my paper, my PowerPoint. So whatever you got, man, I'm all free. I'm good.
Absolutely, man. It's such a compelling interview and getting real insight into your story, man.
Sure.
So of course, man, we gotta talk. Before JP joined us, man, you watching the game and everything. So NBA playoffs,
Mhm.
who has kind of impressed you so far through this run?
Gotta say the Timberwolves. I think that's why I'm rooting for them so much. We already kind of expected the Celtics in Dallas to kind of do their thing, but I think the way Ant's been playing great all year. Um, but I think for him to step up, McDaniels, Cat, even after his injury, like that's been great to see. So I know they're a young team and this is like their first playoff run, but I'm really excited for them. I don't know if they're winning or losing right now, but hopefully they can push through and try to get a game 6 or game 7 in.
So I hate to tell you, brother. As of right now, they at halftime. Dallas is up 29.
That's tough. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it's over.
They had a good season. They had a
It
good
was a good
season.
season for sure.
Yeah, good
It was
run,
a
good
great
run.
thing.
Yeah, but I mean, Dallas is tough. You got
Mhm.
Kyrie and Luca. You can't stop that. And they got the bigs, they got the wings, they got the bench, they got a good coach. So I mean, I'm ready to see that matchup against the Celtics for sure.
I feel as though one of the things with the Timberwolves with this game, I mean with this series was they didn't play to their strengths, which is going inside. I think they settled for too many 3 pointers in some of the games and stuff. And what got them this far so far has been the interior play down low
hmm
with Cat, with Nasir Reed and Gobert and all them and Anderson and them. That's what's basically got them. That was their bread and butter. And I think in a
hmm
couple of these games, they've gotten away from that and trying to get into a 3 point shootout with Dallas, which you're not a great 3 point shooting team. You're not going to win that because Luka is dangerous from anywhere. Kyrie's dangerous from anywhere. So
hmm
I think those are they haven't played to their strengths.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think that whole like shoot the three ball is like the basketball culture today. You look at high school, you look at college, you look at the league over well, not too much overseas, but the league, everybody wants to shoot threes. Even if it's a fast break, somebody's stopping on the 3 point line and pulling up. And I'm like, yo, like, what's so wrong about, getting a layup or shooting a jumper or, attacking the rim? Like, keeping it simple. And I think that's been like a big focus for me coming back to, the college atmosphere. Like, not conforming to that new style of play. Continuing to keep that motor going, continue to, work and get to that basket. But, if you can shoot the three ball, shoot it, right? But it's a time and a place for it. You don't have to shoot one every time you come down, And I really miss the fundamental basketball when you had the Spurs with Ginobili and Tim Duncan. That's my favorite team, my favorite era of basketball. So, but yeah, the league today is a lot different, and but I'm enjoying it. I think I want the Celtics to kind of finish up and win the whole thing, but we'll see.
I can't have Boston win, man. I'm a Sixers fan, man. We hate Boston, bro. I can't have Boston winning, man. I can't have Boston winning or the Knicks winning anything, man. I can't have that. So whoever plays them, I'm going against. Yeah, man. Look, Larry. Look, I'm older than y'all, man. Larry Bird made me. I mean, let me tell you something. Dr. J's my favorite player of all time. Larry Bird just sent me to bed crying as a little kid, man, when the Celtics beat the Sixers, man. I mean, I actually went to bed crying a couple of times. So, I hate Boston, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I like some of the players, but I hate Boston overall. I hate them.
That.
Man, Larry Bird has you having nightmares, bro? That's crazy.
Yo, I remember one game when I was 9 years old in 81 when the Sixers lost to Boston in Game 7 at the Garden. I think it was the Eastern Conference Finals. Man, I went to the bathroom and cried like a baby, man, after it was over with. I mean, I actually full blown crying. So yeah, I used to take these games personal when I was a kid, man. When Georgetown lost to Patrick Ewing, they lost to Villanova. I remember I cried for like 10 minutes after that game, man. So, yeah, I used to take games personal.
Yeah,
definitely.
I feel that.
Word. So, JP, did you want to take over, man, and so we can get into? I know you want to talk about your boy, Mr. ESPN.
Man, I mean, look. Stephen A. Smith, I admire what he's done, where he's came from and stuff. He worked hard to get where he's got to, definitely. And, he does know the game. I mean, he proved that as a reporter and everything. But, man, I take issue with him sometimes. Like this morning, Kawhi Leonard. And this ain't the first time he said this. He said this before. He said he feels that Kawhi Leonard is the worst superstar in the history of sports. And he was saying that basically what he was paraphrasing was that, he doesn't promote the game the way he should. He's averaged 40 games a year the last, 3 or 4 years, I guess, or whatever, with the Clippers or whatever. And my thing is this here. First off, Kawhi Leonard is a basketball player. I don't think he worries about endorsements and stuff like that. Sure, he must get paid and stuff off the court, yeah, but that's not his style. And, he seems to be a real quiet person. And another thing is, too, this 40 games a year he plays is always hurt. Don't we think that nobody feels worse than him that he can't go and play? I mean, it's not his fault, the reason why he's missing 40 games a year. The man, his injury, somebody has a chronic injury history now. And this worst superstar you ever see, I mean, haven't we seen Kawhi Leonard carry teams to the championship like he did with Toronto? I mean, I don't get it. The man has a great resume. When he's healthy, he's probably the best two-way player in the league on offense and defensive end. So I'm not understanding this harsh criticism of Kawhi Leonard when he's one of the best players in the game, especially when healthy.
Go ahead, Christian. You the guest, brother. Let's get your thoughts.
Man, I didn't follow too much with Kawhi's injury. I didn't know that he wasn't playing, and I know that kind of affected the Clippers a lot. But while you were talking, I kind of thought of Lonzo ball. I don't know if their injuries are kind of the same, but I think as athletes, like your body goes through so much. And I know, once you get to that level, everybody's just like, we want to see you play all 82 games and, the postseason afterwards. But it's like, and I know, there's technology and things to where you can keep your body, 100% in, in good recovery mode. But I think when you're actually battling like injuries, like consistently, constantly, that's something to kind of take time with and not just rush back just because, some reporter or coach is telling you like, yo, you need to get back out here and play. So the thing is, they want to see these superstars play, the next 5, 6, 10 years. But it's like it's all about what they're doing to their bodies and how they're handling it now. So, even with Lonzo, I think he's about to get a new meniscus. Somebody, I don't know how it's working, but he hasn't played, at a high level in what, almost 2 years, I believe. So, we don't know what's going on with him mentally. You look at Ben Simmons, all these guys that have experienced some type of injury or, some type of mental block, like that does a lot to you. And so, for Kawhi to still come back even after his injuries and, help out towards the end of their season, like I commend him for that. But I know, Stephen A, they're always going to be hyped because, they want to see these superstars play. But it's like you got to give them some grace, because they're playing so many games a year, probably playing during the summer. You got the Olympics coming up. So, just show grace, man, and a lot of these guys that, they're human beings just like you and me. So that's kind of my take on it when I look at those guys that are battling injuries and especially when they've been battling those injuries over the past few years.
No, that's facts, man. And one thing, I feel like you're right. The players, they're humans first, and people don't take into account like no matter how great a shape you start the season in, the wear and tear on your body, how many games, how many practices it's taking you to get to this point, and then when you talk about Kawhi or even like let's say Durant and some of the other players, like they've been around this league for years now, and I can speak, I'm not, old by any means, but I'm 33 now, right? So
Yeah,
if I go out, and I play, I'm gonna feel it. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna feel it. You know what I mean? Like shoot, if I lay on the pillow wrong, you know what I mean, I might be messed up the next day. Now. So if we're
yeah,
talking about battling against the best athletes in the world, you know what I mean? Like listen, that wear and tear is probably times 20. You know what I mean? You gotta think about who he's guarding. LeBron. KD. Like some of the toughest covers in history. You know,
yeah.
you stand in front of LeBron when he's trying to get to the basket. You know what I mean? And let's see how many games you play. Like um,
It's tough.
so I think you hit it on the head, man. And I think it's so much emphasis on trying to generate like shock value and clickbait now with the media that they intentionally get away from just like logic and just being compassionate and having some empathy at the end of the day.
I agree.
Yeah, definitely, man. Man, you talk about playing basketball stuff. Bro, remember I got you by 20 years almost, man. I'm 52 years old, man. I remember I went out there. Look, I went out there a couple years ago, 39. I ain't pick up basketball since I was 39 years old. And hell's no, I'm never pick up another basketball again. To them air balls I shot and everything and everything like that, man. I'm done, man. I'm done. I'm done forever, man. I'm done. The only thing I can do is try to
Forever?
keep in shape. That's the only thing I can do. Playing basketball, nah. Yeah, them days are over. Over.
Did you play when you were younger?
Man, the only thing I played was up until through middle school and stuff. I didn't play high school basketball, man. And I'm still mad back in the 5th grade, man. We had the best team in the league and we lost. That was like 42 years ago, man. I'm still mad about how we got knocked out in the semifinals, man. So yeah, I take it personal sometimes, man.
I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah. But I wouldn't mind getting into some type of coaching one day, but I'm 52 years old. I don't think I would do it now. I'm just gonna stick with doing these podcasts and everything now, man. That's the thing. That's the thing about it, man. Hey Christian, have you ever considered like maybe after basketball, after college or playing overseas, or you know what I mean, or pros or whatever level you play, or even after college? You ever consider getting into coaching or something like that?
100%, 100%. I think I would take the approach of uh, not just focusing on basketball, but focusing on life. Because I think you got a lot of these young kids coming up and they're thinking like, man, like I gotta, they used to say ball is life, and they just devote all this time in the gym, but it's like, yo, like injuries happen, what I'm saying, life happens, and you may not play basketball at the highest level, for years to come. So it's like not making it just this life thing, but making it something that you enjoy, and still having a life outside of basketball. I think that's going to be a key thing. But I love to coach, um, kind of instill like that discipline in the young guys. So I think that's a big thing. They're coming up and they're just kind of focusing on wearing the headbands and the shooting sleeves and pulling up from half court. But it's like, yo, that's not going to get you where you're trying to go. So I think just being able to kind of give kids and the younger guys, that knowledge and that wisdom. But I love to coach, whether it's high school, college at some point, whatever the case may be. But that'd be a great opportunity.
You definitely got the mindset for it, man, and that mentorship is definitely needed. We see a lot of the youth, like especially now with social media. There's a huge uptick in mental health issues, and I feel like specifically with athletes, kind of that. Well, where does my life go now? You know what I mean? Like if something happens, you can't continue playing. So having
Yeah,
somebody that has made it through the journey, that you made it through, kind of taking a step away and gotten back to hoops, and still, you know, remained, a person of integrity and faith and everything like that. I think,
yes, sir.
that's the type of person that, the youth need for sure.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, man. I think a big thing that you said was mental health too. Especially, you were in the military, so you know how big and important that is. But like, you'll be working with people and you won't even think about what they may be going through sometimes. And so I think that was probably the time where I really focused on not just my mental health, but my coworkers around me. Because I didn't realize it wasn't until I joined the Navy, that I began to realize how high the suicide rate was in the military. And it was sad to see, man, because it was just. But I didn't. It wasn't until I experienced that with somebody like I work with on the daily, to where I'm just like, man, like it shifts your perspective on life. So I think that's why, just with having conversations with people, people I may pass by, on campus or on base, like, ask people like, hey, like, how you doing, man? Showing kindness, showing love, and being gentle, because everybody's going through something. Everybody kind of got those silent battles they don't really speak about. So mental health is so important, and like you may have a split moment or a split opportunity to like talk to somebody and give them some type of encouragement in their life, and that can change everything for them, and give them another 20 years of life. You know what I'm saying? So I think just from my time in the Navy, I've learned that mental health, looking out for others, and their well-being, and not just being so self-centered, is key. And when you remove yourself out the equation and you say, yo, how can I be of service to somebody else? How can I, show love or be kind, or just show a simple, sweet gesture? Like that's what matters most. So, if you can do that at a coaching level, you can do that at work, you can do that on the court while you hooping, like every opportunity that you get, trying to like display that. But that's definitely been a shift for me over the years as I've been, going through the Navy, now about to transition to NSU.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that insight, man. It's definitely, I would say, it's real everywhere, but being in the military is
Mhm,
definitely like ridiculously high, like suicide rates and everything like that, man. And,
mhm,
of course, um, I think it's appropriate. We just had Memorial Day pass, so definitely
mhm,
thoughts and prayers to anyone that ever put on a uniform, and is no longer with us, man, and
mhm,
you're not forgotten.
mhm.
Um, And thank you, Christian, again for your service.
Yes, sir. It's an honor. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, man. I'm one of the ones. I mean, I understand why people say it, but I don't believe in the thank you for your service because I think a lot of people say it being disgenuine, saying that sometimes. I say thank you, but thank you for your service because one of the problems I have with this country in particular and with veterans is a lot of people always say thank you for your service to the veterans and stuff, but that the homeless people that be on the streets and everything like that there, people be like, ew, I don't want to be near them or ew, whatever. A lot of them are war veterans.
Exactly.
And they don't get no respect at all. So that's why I say I feel as though a lot of times that people are just generous when they say that. Like it's just not with you all, because I understand where you all coming from. It's just a fad to say, oh, thank you for your service. But meanwhile, this man over here that's homeless and stuff, you're looking down upon him, and this man served wars. So, and I have a problem with that. I have a problem with how America treats their, not to get on a political thing or whatever, I have a problem with how America treats their veterans anyway. Because I feel as though that if you're a veteran, especially a war veteran or even a veteran period, housing should be free, your education should be free, everything should be free with you, and mental health for veterans should be free as well. That's the way I feel, especially when you serve in this country and stuff and fighting wars and everything, man. So yeah, I have a big problem with that sometimes.
I definitely understand that. Even just driving around Norfolk, sometimes you see a lot of homeless guys, men and women, and I just kind of question. I'm just like, how many of them were military, and just how they got to that point. But yeah, man, crazy. It's crazy.
It really is, because we got all this money and stuff to send to Ukraine and all these other places, but you can't take care of home here. You can't even take care of your veterans here and stuff, man. I have a serious problem with that, man. We put billions into being a war machine and stuff, man. But when are we going to take care of the people here who really need it, whether you're poor, whatever, veterans, disabled, whatever? When are we going to build up the infrastructure here to make this country better than what it is now?
So I agree on that.
I agree with that 1,000%, JP, for sure, man. Well, I think that's all we got, JP. You know what time it is, brother?
Man, yes, sir. Christian, thank you for coming on, man. I just want to say you are a very impressive young man, man. I can say that as an older person. I'm 52. I'm very impressed with you, man. And you're going to go far places with or without basketball, regardless, man. And happy to have you on, man. And don't be a stranger, man. You got to come back on, man. I really enjoyed you being a guest, and I'll be at some games this year cheering you all on, man. And, I definitely wish you the best, brother. You have a very bright future. I just wanted to tell you that, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. I definitely appreciate the invite as well, being able to share my story.
Yes. Don't be a stranger, man. You got to come back, brother. Definitely.
Oh, for sure. Just let me know. I'm here all summer, and then once the fall hits, it'll get a little hectic, but I'll still make some time for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely. Will, brother, couldn't have a better co-host, man. And shout outs to our listeners and stuff, and our watchers and stuff, man. Shout outs to you all, man. Definitely. We'll go ahead kick your Christian, go ahead kick your shout outs, brother.
Shout out Coach Jones, NSU basketball, mom, godparents, shout out everybody in my corner. Nothing but love and appreciation for you guys. So let's go NSU.
Go NSU. Definitely. Yes, sir. Will?
Yeah, first shout out. Let's go NSU. I'm with it. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Shout out to Coach Jones, Christian. Now we got 2 Spartans. That's friends of the show. And special shout out to a good friend of mine, CB. We talked about her. Christy Ayers. Still serving our country right now in the Navy. Played for all Navy, the USA team, all of that. I call her the point guard. But and then of course, shout out to my beautiful wife and the kids, man, and my co-host JP, and our late brother Sammy. That's why we doing this.
Sir.
JP, you on mute?
Yeah, I was gonna say definitely, man. I already gave my shout outs and stuff, man. And like you said, let's go NSU, man. Definitely.
Got
That's
the
my
green.
adopted
The green.
right there.
Yes,
Definitely.
sir. Yes, sir. But
Yeah, I
back to
gotta
the
grab
grind.
some gear.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll
Yeah,
get you
me
some gear,
too.
man. Let me know. Let me know what size y'all wear, man. I'll get you some shirts and
All
stuff.
right. Definitely. Yes,
CB,
sir.
thank you again for your time,
Thank
brother.
you.
I'm gonna hit you up offline too, man, about a few things.
Yeah.
Wishing you well this season, good brother.
Yes, sir. I
Yeah.
appreciate the both of y'all, man. God bless y'all.
All right,
No,
thank you.
thank you. God bless you too, brother.
All
Definitely.
right, man. Sir.